What's up, guys, and welcome back to Digging Sports. Today, we're going to dig up the Heisman Hopefuls of the 2022 season. Dude, I am so ready for this season, y'all don't even understand. I'm so stoked about it, and we are so close to getting it underway. So, without further ado, though, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe. Other than that, let's get started. In this list, I have 6 guys that I picked out that I think is going to be some Heisman hopefuls this year. I will start out with the early front runner. With the season not even beginning, the early front runner, quarterback C.J. Stroud of the Ohio State Buckeyes. We'll go ahead and talk about his last season starts, which was very, very great. And 4,435 yards, 44 touchdowns, and in those 441 attempts, he only had 6 interceptions. I know, right? Wow. He got at Ohio State to an 11-2 record and a Rose Bowl victory. I know it's not exactly what he was hoping for, but with that late loss against Michigan, what can he expect, right? Nonetheless, though, he's going to be very, very good this year with his returning top target in Jackson Smith. Also, I think Marvin Harrison Jr. is going to be a breakout for him as well this year. He's got very, very talented stuff. So, I think with that, I think he can break out for Mr. CJ and help him out downfield, where he can pick up some big numbers through the air. Although he has lost some key receivers in Chris Olave and Garrett Wilson, is what it is. It's just the way it goes. But with those top targets in Jackson Smith and Marvin Harrison Jr., I think Mr. C.J. Stroud is going to be just fine. I think he's got enough to make some plays. With that being said as well, not only will he make some big plays, he's going to be very smart with that football as well, which is going to help him come the Heisman time as well, being smart with the football. So that is my front runner. We'll go on down to number 2. At number 2, you know I got him on the list, Mr. Quarterback Bryce Young for the Alabama Crimson Tide. I think Young is a very, very good, talented guy. And just like Mr. Stroud, he's very, very smart with the football. He knows when and when not to throw it. Although national championship, Mr. Young can't just do stuff like that. You're trailing 8. You try to force something in there, and it gets picked off. Not only picked off, it's a pick 6. Takes the game out of the game completely. Just like that. But, nonetheless, very smart. Very, very smart with football. Although his Heisman race this year is going to be very, very different from his previous years. This year, he's going to have to do it with some different players. I know he's lost some very, very talented athletes to the NFL, including Jameson Williams, Mr. John Mechie III, and Mr. Slade Bolden. I know, it sucks. It is what it is. You guys are going on to bigger and better things. Congratulations to these 3 guys that I've picked out. But nonetheless, let's look at what he's adding in this year. He's adding in a Georgia Tech transfer running back. Yahimir Gibbs, very, very talented guy. Can do some great things on the ground and through the air as well. Also, he's going to add the defending national champions Georgia receiver Jermaine Burton. Now, I will go ahead and say this. He was one of my favorite guys at Georgia. I think he did an amazing job when he was given the chance. And I will put my 2 cents in. I think that is the reason why he's leaving this year. It's because I think he kind of feels like he was underutilized. He wasn't being used the way that he thought he would have been. Kind of the same way I feel. I feel like Georgia could have used him in big ways, but Georgia's got a lot of players out there. It's really hard, to distribute it that much. But just being that deep, these key players, like Mr. Burton here, he's gonna leave, man. He's gonna try and go get some more playing time, and I absolutely don't blame him. I hope he does a good job at Alabama. Keep doing great things, Mr. Burton. Also, on top of that, he's going to have sophomore wideout Ja'Cory Brooks. And he's going to have tight end Cameron Latou. With that being said, he's got talent everywhere, guys. He's going to be fine. He's got talent. As long as he stays smart with the football like he was in previous years, Bryce Young's going to be fine. He can make some plays. Not only can he make plays through the air, dude can make plays on the ground as well. He's not afraid to run. I don't think he wants to run, but he's not afraid to. When he has to run, he can make some big plays on the ground as well. To number 3. I look at Caleb Williams, quarterback, USC. I know I probably shake a lot of heads with this pick, but hear me out. In his first year here at USC, transferring over, he's not going to be a stranger to top targets in his USC debut. He's going to have number 1 in his top target is going to be Mr. Jordan Addison, transfer from Pitt. And let's not forget, this guy won a reward last year for the top receiver in 2021. This dude is amazingly good. So let's not sleep on Mr. Addison. He can make some plays and he can get downfield. And as long as Mr. Caleb Williams can get it to him, he's going to get open for him. Best believe that. Very, very talented receiver. Also, he's going to bring back Tahaj Washington and Gary Bryant Jr. They combined for 98 catches last year with almost 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns last season. Also, coming over with him from Oklahoma is transfer Mario Williams, and I think he can play a key part in this offense as well. So, do not sleep on these guys this year. I think they're going to do very, very well. As long as Mr. Caleb Williams can distribute the ball very, very smartly and do not force anything, he's going to have some players out there that can make some big plays for him. Moving on to number 4. A lot of people is going to say, why, Brent? Why did you make this pick? Well, I have my reasons. And I know it's a long shot for this guy. But I think he can get it done. I think he can make some big plays out here in the Pac-12. Mr. Bo Nix, quarterback at Oregon. I think he can make some big plays. This isn't SEC kind of caliber defense. This is the Pac-12. So, it's going to come at a little bit easier way to make plays out here in Oregon, unlike it was at Auburn. Although, I will say, Nick's best season in college was in 2019 at Auburn. With that, when that happened, was with Kenny Dillingham as the offensive coordinator. Where's Kenny Dillingham? Oh, wait. He's at Oregon. And that's where Bo Nix is. One of his best seasons at Auburn in 2019 was up under Kenny Dillingham as offensive coordinator. And now, they have came back together, guys. In the Pac-12. Where that defense, I'm not saying it can't be like an SEC defense, but 9 times out of 10, it's not. It's not an SEC defense. I think Mr. Kenny Dillingham is going to draw up some big plays for Bo Nix. As long as he can stay smart with the football, I think he can make some really big plays out there in Oregon I'm just going to go ahead and say that. And if that happens for him, I think he's going to do just fine comes the Heisman race. I will say this about his roster around him. He's a very, very talented field. Very, very talented field. Got a lot of guys out there. But the thing is, they're unproven guys. They're just unproven. They haven't proven who they are yet. I do have a couple names that I think could be some stars for him, but it just has to work out for him. I do want to look at Chris Hudson, Mr. Troy Franklin, and Dante Thornton. These are some very, very talented guys, but like I said, they're just unproven right now. Don't know what they're going to do, but if they can get open for him and make some big plays, I think he can post some big numbers out here in Oregon. We'll go on to number 5. At number 5, I'm looking at a running back from Wisconsin. This running back is Braylon Allen. Very, very talented guy. He's a freshman. Freshman stats included 1,268 yards rushing and 12 touchdowns as a freshman. Very, very impressive as a freshman. And to go with that, he only had 12 carries through his first 4 games at Wisconsin as a freshman. Only 12 carries through the first 4 games, and you wind up with 1,268 yards. Very, very impressive. Very, very impressive. So with that being said, not only with those kinds of stats, Wisconsin will lean on him as a running back because Wisconsin leans on the run. That's just what they do as a team. So if they do that, I think Mr. Braylon Allen will be able to put up some great numbers here at Wisconsin. So don't push him out of the way. I know he's young, but this guy can make some plays. If that offensive line can open up some holes for him, I think he can make some big plays for Wisconsin. So keep Braylon Allen in your thoughts as well. All right, number 6. And last but not least, quarterback Hendon Hooker from the Tennessee Volunteers. Hendon Hooker's playing this year with a very, very high-powered offense with a lot of great stars around him. Guys coming in, guys that's been there, especially including his top target coming back, Cedric Tillman. Very, very talented star. Was able to make some big plays downfield last year. And also another guy I think is going to have a breakout year this year is Mr. Jalen Hyatt. I think he's quick, he's fast, with some great moves, able to get outside and downfield. I think he can make some good plays for Mr. Hendon Hooker this year. If that happens, I think Hendon Hooker's going to get you the ball. If you're open, I think he can get you the ball. As always, stay very, very smart with the football. Always a key thing when it comes to the Heisman. Well, look at his last season. He racked up 3,558 total yards and 36 touchdowns accounted for. And guess how many picks? This dude only had 3 picks last year. Like I said, very, very smart with the football. And if you can do that, that goes a long way in the Heisman. But I'm going to tell you one thing that will play a factor against you, and it did last year for Mr. Hooker. And that is total team performance. I hate to say it, but last year Tennessee only went 7-5. Could he have been in the conversation? Sure, he could have been. But the reason he's not because of total team performance, and that's how you lose Heisman votes. That's how you lose Heisman votes, because of a total team performance. It'll knock those votes way down. So with that being said, if the team plays well this year, overall as Tennessee, I think Hendon Hooker will have some good stats to go with that. And I think he can be a dark horse in the Heisman this year. But like I said, do not sleep on Mr. Hendon Hooker at Tennessee. All right, guys, that wraps up all I have for the Heisman Hopefuls of 2022. As always, do me a favor, like and subscribe, turn your notifications on. I will do this as much as I can. I'll keep the videos coming. If there's anything you guys want to see or anything I'm not covering, or please put them in the comments, and I'll be sure to look at them, like I said, and make a video about it. I'll do my research, put some things together and what I think, and I'll get back with it on a video. I'd love to have all this love and support I can get. I love doing this. This is something I've always wanted to do growing up, and now I finally got the equipment and the set. I'm still growing. I know you see, the place I'm working in right now. It is a work in progress. It is coming along. It will get updated as we go. But like I said, I appreciate all the love and support. It's great. Anything you guys can do, all I ask is just that like and subscribe. That's all I ask for. Like I said in previous videos, I will be coming out with some merchandise, so don't go flaking out on me. It is coming. So let's try and get those subscribes up. It would be, like I said, it would be greatly appreciated. Thank you, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you. You're letting me live a lifetime dream. I wanted to do this, talk about sports. I love it. This is awesome. But that's all I got for today. Thank you guys for tuning in to the videos. But as always, keep digging.